Let's get more on this now with Ahmed Benchemsi, who joins us from Paris. He's the Human Rights Watch Communications Director for the Middle East and North Africa. Welcome to the program, Ahmed. Your organization says children in Gaza have been dying from starvation-related complications ever since the Israeli government began using starvation as a weapon of war. You've described that as a war crime. Can you just explain that to us? What do you mean by that?
Well, it is a war crime of epic proportion. I mean, the laws of war are there are many texts in them, but if there is one that we should keep in mind, like the cornerstone, the golden rule, is that there should be distinction between military objective and civilian objective, and every precaution should be taken to spare civilians. Now, when you starve a whole population of 2 million people, when you cut water, you cut food, you cut electricity, you cut every means of sustenance, you cut medical supplies, you target the civilian population. So starving a population to achieve military objectives is a war crime of epic proportion. Now, the children are the number one, victims of the situation because they are among the most vulnerable. What Gaza population is living now, and especially as children, is to quote the United Nations Office for Humanitarian Affairs, it's a crisis of survival. The UN has warned that this is the worst humanitarian crisis point since the beginning of the hostilities in October 7.
Yes, and Ahmed, Israel maintains that it is only targeting Hamas and those linked with Hamas, but day after day, the world is being subjected to horrifying images of children being killed almost by the hour. We're seeing body bag upon body bag of child victims. How can Israel be arguing that they only have military objectives here? Is it fair to say that after months and months of this assault, that they are in fact targeting civilians, including children?
Well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, we determined that Israel is committing acts of genocide in Gaza by targeting the civilian population as a whole, by cutting water, cutting food. I mean, they're not credible anymore. Maybe they thought they were at some point in the beginning of this war, but it's been a long time that they've reached every threshold for war crimes and crimes against humanity, consisting in the massive displacement of civilian populations. And as you say, devastating, horrifying images pop up every day. Just 10 days ago, we all heard about this Israeli airstrike that hit the home of a doctor and killed 9 of her 10 children in one strike. There were 2 devastating incidents just very recently in the last week of May that saw the death of at least 27 children. One, an airstrike on a residential building in Khan Yunis on May 23, another strike on a school. Almost all schools have been destroyed, and the education system is gone in Gaza now. But they're still targeting them and striking them. So as recently as May 26, a school was hit, resulting in the death of more children. Not that they were there because they were taking classes, but they were there for shelter. And there's no safe place anymore in Gaza. From whatever angle you take it, the situation is absolutely catastrophic. Acts of genocide are being conducted every day in Gaza.
We're now more than a year and a half into this war, and only now are we starting to see small signs of some governments choosing to speak out against it, notably the United Kingdom most recently. They're considering sanctions on Israel. Some might say it's a little too late for that, but better late than never. What's your view? Why do you think governments around the world, Western governments in particular, have been slow to respond to these atrocities, especially against children?
The why is less important than the fact that they are doing it now. Yes, they are late, but there are still civilians that absolutely need rescue, that need the water to be restored, that need electricity, access to electricity. So, it's never too late. Those governments should use all their might and their power to pressure Israel into lifting the unlawful blockade now. Because as we speak, people are starving and children are starving and they need water and they need food. So these governments should continue pressuring Israel and should actually pressure Israel way more than they are already doing. And they should also stop selling stop selling weapons and stop selling arms to Israel, because it is committing acts of genocide using those weapons, and complicity is on the line. No, this pressure is not too late. It is late, but it should be ramped up and it should be increased, because there are millions, a little less than 2 million civilians there, in desperate need for help, and help should get in now.
Okay, Ahmed Benchemsi from Human Rights Watch. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much again for joining us on the program.